Hello, welcome to another episode of the Peelers Podcast, where we discuss the nitty gritty and pretty side of stripping with Kruella Kraken here and
Scarlet Trip.
Alrighty. We also have Buckley here on the floor. You'll probably hear her scraping around and being a little bit of a bitch. She's in a mood today.
And being upset about me taking her chair.
Yeah, that is her chair. Very much her chair. She has a dog bed right there, and she's refusing to sit in it. She's a bitch like that.
She's determined to take this chair back.
All right. How long have you been dancing, Scarlett?
I've been dancing for 6 years total, I think. But the COVID years messed up my whole timeline because I wasn't dancing at all. All the clubs were closed. So it feels like less, but it's been 6 because I started at 24 and I just turned 30.
Yeah, I started older as well. But does COVID count? Can I just lie and say I've been dancing for 8 years
does
or
it
6?
Count? Do my years of go-go dancing count? Because I go-go danced for 2 years prior, but I was never getting naked, so I don't count that as stripping.
I don't count it as stripping either. I go dance too, and it's such a different game.
If the question is how long have I been dancing, probably like 8. Stripping, though, definitely more like 6 or 5.
Mm-hmm. Put the mic a little closer to your mouth. Hell yeah.
Is that good?
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. You're mostly Calgary bound?
Yeah. I've lived in Calgary the whole time, which worked out because I don't think I would have liked it as much if it wasn't in Alberta, because the way that it's set up is what I like about it. Like the stage being such a big part, that's what makes it what I want to do.
Yeah.
If it was like, I don't know, Montreal or something where it's all dance-based, I'm out.
And they're like, man, I went there with my ex and they go up there for like a song. What do you do in a song?
And also, like, it's just, you spin around a little bit, which, like, no hate, no shade. I mean, they're doing what they have to do. If you don't have to do it, I wouldn't do it either. But I like the show aspect, so I'd rather do it this way.
Absolutely. When you're a performer, that's just how it works. That's the difference between the floor girls and the stage girls is that the floor girls don't get it because they're like, why would you do that when you could just make more money on the floor? And we're like, why would you be on the floor when you can, like, show yourself like that on stage?
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a pop star, so I always tell people, this is my small slice of what I wanted. I get to feel like I am one. I get to be one in my own realm, but I also don't have to be famous, and I also can't sing, so that was out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I
wanted
forgot
to
about my
be
glasses.
Christina Aguilera, but my parents were like, no, you're just screaming, so no.
Well, now you are, though, on stage because that's one of your costumes, right?
Right, exactly. And that's why I got that. I get to be a pop star in my own right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. Like, when I grew up, I wanted to be a tattoo model and a circus performer, both which don't make that much money. And there's, like, where's the career in tattoo model?
Yeah.
Like, you get work here and there.
Right? And now you kind of get to do all of those in one thing. Because I was about to say, your show is the most circus performer that I've seen, like the contortion and stuff. So it is like you get to do all of that at the same time.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to put trapeze in there too, which is like probably the circiest stuff.
Yeah. Because don't you have to go to like a circus school to take lessons for that or something? Is that where they teach it?
I go to, free shout out, Aradia. I really like their classes. They have, I think, 5 or 6 locations now throughout Edmonton. God, this sounds like a paid ad. But they have
definitely at least
everything.
3 because I was trying to find them the other day and 3 popped up and I was like, I don't know which one I'm supposed to go to.
Yeah. They have handstands, and that's where I really got into handstands as well, was there, and aerial arts. But yeah, it's a pole studio.
Oh, okay. I thought you had to go to I met some guy at a bar once that was trying to get me to do trapeze, and he taught at like a circus school.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought that's where you would find it.
We do have 2 here, but there is a male teacher around at a circus school, but I want to learn from a woman because, like...
Yeah, well, also for what you need it for, you need to learn it from, like, the women's flow
perspective,
and, like, how to perform it in a women's way, I guess, to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of performing, we have a touchy fucking subject to talk about. I'm
so excited. I love touchy subjects.
It's very touchy because it's something that's brought up with every single fucking dancer. They're either going to experience it or do it or be accused of it or
they're watching it happen and they're like, oh my God, did you see this?
Yeah. It happens. But
there's no avoiding it. It's just a thing that will always be there.
But especially when it's performance and you see someone doing good, you want to imitate, you want to mimic, you want to copy, you want to, you want to emulate them.
You want to be like what I just said. I want to be Christina.
Yeah.
You want to emulate what you think is successful. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when it happens to you,
not so much fun. I actually have to say, I don't think it's ever happened to me, but I have done it to other people when I started. When I was in my younger years, I can totally name a couple of times that I did it to other people. It's never really happened to me.
No, it will,
but
though.
I've seen it happen.
You won't notice it, but especially with the newer girls coming in, because like now that you've been dancing for 6 years, you're going to start to become one of the veterans, as they call it. The new girls are going to come in and see that, and you won't notice it right away. And it usually takes a few people to point it out. Yeah. But like, it'll happen slowly but surely. But I've also copied, like, I'm sorry, I don't go on YouTube and look for music. I don't look for music. Anywhere. If someone dances to it and it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. There's just such, like, you guys are better at it than me. I'm never online. I've never watched movies. I don't have references to find new music. You guys are my inspiration.
Has anybody ever taken your music? Or has it just been like you taking someone else's song that you like?
It's very hard to say, because even if you were to go on YouTube and look up sexy music, 2 Feet comes up. And there's
2 Feet?
Yeah.
Who the heck is 2 Feet?
My first set that I danced to every single time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So like, there's times I go to a club and a girl I've never met is dancing to it. And there's also times like Shelby, what's her last name?
Wild?
Yes. Yeah. She danced to 2 Feet, a song I never heard before. As soon as I heard it, it was on my set list. But like, I didn't go on YouTube and find it. But it happens all the time. Like Max as well. He's a good artist that has sexy music, and there's lots of girls dancing to his stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have a song that I actually, I didn't use it, but it was the first couple times I saw you. I heard you play a Max song that I loved.
Is it called Wrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I put it on one of my playlists. I listen to it all the time. It doesn't suit my vibe, so I don't use it, but I listen to it all the time because I saw you dancing to it.
I do that too. I listen to music when it reminds me of a certain dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I've never, I don't know, had anyone deliberately steal a whole set. That's like, but so many dancers dance to Rez and so many dance to Troy Boy. So it's hard to say, like, are they copying me? Did they get it off of me? Or I just really like generic sexy music. That's just how I am.
Well, you know what? That's a nice way to play it, because when I make my playlist, I'm constantly looking for new music, and all of my set lists are organized by like genre or vibe. So I have like set lists that are like 30 songs long.
Your songs melt together. I noticed that.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into like what goes together, and it drives me cuckoo banana when someone's doing a set and it just doesn't make sense to me, and I'm like, the vibes are all over the place. No. But for me, I've actually never, I don't think anyone could ever legitimately take a set list from me, because I'm always moving it around. Like, even if they did, I'd be like, oh, that's annoying. And then I'd change it. Mm-hmm. And that's why I have so many in one list, so that I can constantly switch them out.
Absolutely.
So that no one can really take anything from me.
I find that too, and I just think it's so weird when girls, like, I get being mildly upset, but when girls get really fucking mad, it's like, can you not dance to anything else? Like, do you only have those 4 songs you can dance to?
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I mean, unfortunately, like, I can definitely understand the frustration, but we don't own it. You can't really, I mean, if someone takes your whole set list in the exact order, okay.
That's annoying.
I'd be a little upset.
And that'd also be on the DJ too, because they should know better.
That's the thing. That's also something they should say, like, hey, you took this from so-and-so. Maybe you should like mix it up a little bit. But at the end of the day, we don't own it. No. So it's like, you can maybe say something, but you can't get like angry because it's not yours, you know?
Yeah. No,
I agree. There's only so many songs too. I mean, you know, some of the classics, you have to share those, because there's no way that someone's not like, for example, Pour Some Sugar on Me. No one owns that ever at all.
Oh God, if I had $1 for every time I heard that fucking song.
Porn Star Dancing, that one too, which I hate to say it, I hate and love it. It's like, I hear it so often. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh God. But at the same time, I know every word.
Yeah, that was a wild song. Wasn't like Zach Wilde from Black Label Society was the guitar player, and then Nickelback singer Chad Kroeger, and then that other weird band.
Oh, I have a good Nickelback story for like copying. Ooh. So it's actually like a nice story. It's not bad, but it's just really freaking cute. So there's this new dancer that I work with in Calgary, and I won't say names because I don't want to, if this embarrasses her, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
But I just want to preface, I think it's adorable, so she shouldn't be embarrassed. She came up to me one day and she was like, I know you're the country queen, and I just wanted to ask, like, I wanted to do a country set tonight. Would that be okay with you? And I was like, yeah, my country set list is like 50, 60 songs long. You can do whatever the frick you want. I can change my set. It doesn't matter. I have so much country music to dance to. It's not going to bother me. It's fine. And she goes, okay, thanks, because I was going to do a Nickelback set tonight. And I was like, sweetie pie. No.
Little angel child baby.
I was like, oh, you sweet thing. That's so not country. And she's like, well, it's like country rock. And I was like, no, sweetie pie.
Just because it's like Albertan music doesn't mean it's like it's hick. That's for sure. It's hick music, but hick. It's not country.
It's like dad rock.
Yeah,
it's dad rock. But yeah, that was like my favorite time anyone's asked me permission for something, because I was like, oh, I'm so not doing Nickelback for my country set. You are fine. Fucking give her. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. But copying also doesn't happen just with music. It can be with the way you hustle. It can be with where, like, even girls I've seen get upset, like, that girls are buying shoes from the same place. That's pushing it.
It can be literally any aspect about dancing. Girls can make it into a thing where it's, they took it from me. They took it from me. It was mine, and they took it.
Yeah. As someone who's been outright copied in every way, whether it's music, costumes, and I mean, like, costumes. Holy fuck.
That's a big one, because costumes, they cost so much frickin' money.
They do. And when I'm like thinking I'm being original and someone just rips it off completely, I'm like, but like, I've probably done it or something similar, because there's only so many costume designers out there. But like, the only thing I think is like so forbidden as a performer, like so fucking forbidden, is, I know it's like the same in comedy, like, you don't steal the quips, the quirks, the jokes.
Oh my God, that is so true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that is like, who you are.
Because that's something that you curate over time. You test things out. You see what works for you. You see what makes people laugh. You know, I think also there's some small level jokes that, you know, all of us do maybe, or like that you could maybe take.
So like the air hand jobs.
The air hand jobs, or like putting the pole between your tits, and like, you know, like that one, you know, we all do that.
But as soon as a girl puts a fucking thong under her boob, ooh, I'm going to jump off that stage. And
or the hat thing. Yeah. Like, that's exclusively that. I've never seen anyone else do it. You can't take things like that when it's so specific to that person.
I do have to give credit with that move, because I only started doing it after a certain dancer retired, and she did it differently. She had such big boobies that she would put one hat on each boobie, because she had like, they were huge tits. Yeah. So like, and she put a hat in a hat, but she wouldn't do the turn around. Like, I make it a whole like magic trick. It's a performance thing for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then the sneeze at the end too.
So the sneeze has always been my thing. Sneezing out my underwear, sneezing off my bra. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'd be pissed if I seen anyone do that.
Or like that thing. Well, I can't act it out right now, but where you have the pole behind you, and
we call it the father-son special. So basically, I'm like, I'm pretending that the pole is fucking me. Get it? Like, so like, I'm like, ooh, yeah, you know, and then I'm also pretending to give an air hand job to someone in front of me. So like, I'm getting Eiffel Towered. But that trick also has caused some heat, because...
Did somebody try and take it?
No, it's me and another girl. Well, like, a few girls do it. That's for sure. I've seen a few girls even at Shade do it. But like, not like I do.
I've never seen anyone else do it. You
gotta throw your body into it. I kind of got something similar from Darla, because Darla would kind of do it where she was like getting screwed by the pole, and she'd grab her hair and then like really go at it. But she was way better actor than me. So I did something similar by like giving a blowjob. But then another girl started doing it. But we started at the exact same time. I don't know who started it first. Yeah. I don't care that we both do it, because she's now in BC. But like, people bring that up all the time. Like, did you copy her? Did she copy you? I'm like, that's not even my best joke. You know, my best joke is the boob stuff. Like, that's just another air hand job thing. But
I've never seen anyone else do that one. But then also, that's a good point. You said she's in BC now. I think if you are going to take something from someone, if you must, you should make sure it's someone in a different region. so that your paths aren't going to cross. And then it's not like you're taking something from someone in your space.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's still kind of like, I don't know about it. But if you're going to do it, at least make sure it's a girl working in a completely different club. You're not going to be seen at the same places. People aren't going to be like, you know, oh, you took that from so-and-so. If you're miles apart, maybe you can get away with it, but...
Maybe.
But still, it's iffy territory. Yeah. I still wouldn't do it.
I've had, like, recently, I feel like I've had it happening really, 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 really bad to me. Even, I really hope this doesn't cause heat, but no, it's going to cause heat. Let's
stoke the fire. Fuck it.
I guess so. I, like, have a certain move that when I'm training fire and I blow fire, I do something and it's almost instinct after. It's like it's my move, but I blow fire and then I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want anyone taking it from me. You have to come see my show if you really want to see it.
Okay.
But it's a certain thing that I do with the wand that's still lit after. Mm-hmm. And I tell my fire students, because I teach fire, you are not allowed to take that move at the end and use it at all after your fireball. That is my thing. Please don't take it. I'm totally willing. I'm teaching you guys free fire, by the fucking way. Completely free.
Can confirm, took the class the other day.
Yeah, she rocked it. She ate fire.
Yeah.
But this one friend of mine did it at Stripper Olympics. She didn't do it well. We practiced. She didn't do it any other time, but at Stripper Olympics, she whipped it out. And I was like, that's the one thing I say in fire class. I'm like, I teach you guys transfers and everything. I'm like, I'm teaching you the gist of it to make your own routine. That's your routine to make.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't calling you. I was tisking the
She's like, I think we could
moves.
fit in here. Just real quick.
You're very sweet, but this is going to sound crazy on the mic.
Buckley, get down. Come here. I'm the star of the show. Buckley.
Okay, go that way. You're gonna mess up my makeup. Also, I don't think you want my spicy lip gloss on your lips.
She likes it spicy. Yeah, it's just I've been taking more and more offense to it because I really find that I'm like curating my show to be pretty spot on. I really know my music. I really know my moves and this and that. And when I see other people taking especially my jokes, I stop doing them and I have to find something new.
Well, also, I mean, so I feel a big part of if you're going to copy someone or if someone is copying you, if the communication is there, it lessens the hurt behind it, I guess. So like that situation, for example, you stated very clearly, please do not take this from me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be upset if you take this from me. Mm-hmm. If she really, really wanted to do it, then you go to that person and say, I know you said no, but could I please ask you again? I would really love to do this. I love watching you do it. I think it looks really cool. Can you think about letting me do it? And then that's, you know.
And that's like, no.
Well, I mean, and rightfully so. That's the thing though is, yeah. But if you communicate that way, maybe you'd say yes. Maybe if you're kind about it, you'd say yes. But you have every right to say no. So
especially when everything you're already doing on stage is from me. Mm-hmm. I don't, and that's where I'm going to draw the line.
It's the fact that they waited until the moment of the big show to be like, oh, and I took it. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I took that thing that you said not to take. So sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that like everyone, when they hear this episode is going to message me and be like, oh my God, who was it? Tell me everything. Because there's no footage.
That's what dancers do.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Tell me everything.
Oh my God, who are you talking about? And like, I'm not going to say it. I don't want drama with her because I still love her a lot. But I know everyone's going to be wanting to look through footage, but there is no footage because when you perform fire, you're naked. So there's no footage of it. Ha 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 ha. You all can just suck it. That's
That's so true, though. I love that about dancers, though. Honestly, I hate to say it. I love that aspect where, like, we're so nosy with each other. We hear something and we're like, tell me now. Tell me everything. Tell me all the details.
Oh, my God. What is that?
But I do still love a respectful queen who says, actually, no, I'm not going to tell you. I love the nosiness and I love the respect. I love how,
You gotta put people on edge. You gotta make them want more. That's how you bring more people back. And maybe, one day, no, I'm not. I will never probably ever mention names if we're being honest. I will talk about drama for sure.
I wouldn't want to mention names, honestly, because here's the thing. You can have beef with whoever you want. You can have your feelings however you want to have them. But I just don't think it's worth either embarrassing that person, hurting that person, making them feel worse, or even just, let's say for spiteful purposes, giving them the satisfaction of their name being in your mouth and making it so public. It's not worth it.
And this is our job, right? We have to have some kind of professionalism, as much as I'd just love to drag some people, but oh well.
Yeah. I mean, I would if I was that kind of gal, but no, I couldn't do it. It's not worth it.
No, not worth it. And on this,
I love
small
people
industry.
who do. Mm-hmm. I get a kick out of it, but no, I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd love to, if anyone was open, that's for sure. I'd definitely love to have someone on the podcast and squash beef, whether I'm even on the episode, if two people just want to fucking talk it out, or if I'm the mediator, or if I'm bringing someone who doesn't like me, or I don't like them.
So fucking listen to that. I'd be eating it up.
But then you know how it creates a space where it's not he said, she said. It's on fucking camera. It's recorded. Where you have to be professional. Well, you have to act right. Let's talk this out. There's fucking proof of how we act towards each other.
And also, you have to keep a level of calm about it, because you can't lose your shit on YouTube and go crazy.
I might a few times. There might be a few podcasts where I'm just sitting here with a box of Kleenex crying and screaming.
Oh, crying's different though. I cry all the time. I mean, yelling and screaming.
I cried on the first episode.
Did you? Yeah. I love crying.
Yeah.
I cry all the time. Yeah. I think crying's so healthy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I see someone crying, I'm like, cry harder. Let it out. Let's go.
Oh my God, babe, don't cry. Shut up.
I hate that.
I'm going to cry harder.
Yeah. Whenever someone's crying, if I find them crying, I'm like, hug me. I'll cry with you. I'm already crying. It's good. Let's go.
I seen your eyes well up and I was already halfway there with you, girl.
Yeah. Literally, someone cries in front of me and I'm like, I feel you. Hug me. Put your head right here. I got it.
I've been there. I don't know what you're going through, but I've been there.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, fuck. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. This whole episode, I just wanted to talk on copying. I don't really want to give anyone shit, but it is super frustrating when you do, you make your jokes. There's so many people I looked up to, and Dirty Darla. Don't know if you ever seen her dance.
No, I didn't. I missed her. I think she's retired, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, no, I missed her.
I seen her show and I was like, I want to be like that, but I want it to be my own thing. The goth and the spooky and the weird jokes and the floppy boobs and using them to my advantage and stuff. So to look at her and be like, oh yeah, and now I'm kind of in her spotlight now. Everyone was stealing her shit all the time. So I'm like, I get it, but also stop.
So question for you. What aspect of the job do you think, well, wait, you might have already answered this. Is the joke thing the one thing that you think is the most offensive to steal? Or what is the one thing that you think is the most criminal? What is something that you're like, do not steal this, that is so awful?
I think the fire thing was a big one because I specifically said, I think that if people during a contest, if they seen you doing something and they didn't even have it part of their show and they put it in their show after seeing you do it, that's just schemy. Use your show, well,
especially when you communicate your feelings very clearly. That kind of shit really bothers me when it's if the conversation wasn't had and you didn't know how strongly someone felt about it, okay, maybe you made a mistake. Mm-hmm. But if someone looks you in the eye and says, please do not do this, I do not like it, it hurts my feelings, and then you do it anyway, it's so you had all the information you needed and you did it anyway.
Yes.
That's a no.
Absolutely.
It's a no from May Babes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do think that the jokes and the quips, it's the easiest to steal, and I do think it's the most offensive, especially when you're not seeing it done to, I'm so comfortable and I know exactly who I am that when I make the jokes, it makes sense for who I am. Yeah. When someone takes my joke, it comes off as just ingenuine. It's not nearly as funny as when I do it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It almost comes off fucking embarrassing, and then other girls are going to mention it. They're going to bring it to me,
We talk about stuff like that all the time. Yeah, someone's going to say it.
Buckley, that it's not your chair.
It's mine for right now. I'm sorry. I'll give it back later, I promise.
There's a bed right there. Take a seat. God, she's an idiot.
Well, I'm still same train of thought, but moving in a semi-new direction. So the thing I think about imitation and copying other dancers is it is truly well-intentioned, I think, in some way, because it's that cliche, imitation is the highest form of flattery. I think it has good intentions, because it's that you admire that person, you want to be like them, and you want to be successful like them, because you only imitate things that you think are successful. But I do really think too that what you have to learn as a dancer as you go through your years is you will never, ever, 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 ever be actually successful until you find your own shit. You cannot take who someone else is and make it who you are, because your whole persona, your stage persona, your floor persona, whatever it may be, it has to truly be authentic to you, or it's never going to work. I didn't start getting like more successful. Hey, buddy. I didn't start getting more successful until I really took the time to figure out who the fuck is Scarlet Trip, because I did imitate other people for a long time.
Especially when you're a new dancer, you're going to look up to who's good, who's inspiring you. Like it's one of those jobs, especially when you're surrounded by nothing but beautiful women, you want to emulate that. Yeah.
And also the beginning of, I think, every stripper's career, you're very unsure. You don't know, you're learning how to be a stripper in general. So like you're trying to find, because your stripper persona and your actual persona should never be the same thing, really. Like they should be somewhat separate, because it's a performance, right? So there is that period of uncertainty where you're trying to learn the job and figure out how to create who you want to be within the job. So yeah, you take what you see, because that's how you got to build somehow. But yeah, you got to find your own little pocket, because otherwise it's never going to work until you are authentically whoever the fuck you are.
I was working with a house mom in the States, and by house mom, I mean, it was this.
I wish we had house moms, dude.
No, my God.
Okay, sorry,
we'll have a whole episode about that.
Can I say something I dream about all the fucking time? Oh, my ultimate dream is when I'm older, like in my 50s or 60s, I would just die if I could be just like so plastic, so Botox to hell, and like big cans. Like I want big plastic cans, and I want to be
a smoking voice.
And I want to be a house mom who's just like constantly smoking, and I'm always wearing a feathered robe for no reason, and I'm just walking around going, "Do you need anything, sweetie? You need a snack, water, anything you want?
Don't worry, it's already dealt with."
And then maybe even I'll have a tiny dog that's always there, and I'm like, "Do you need to hold the dog? Here you go."
And a bird.
And a bird.
And a bird on your shoulder.
I mean, whatever they want, really. But I would love to, oh my God, I would love to be a house mom. I love taking care of other people at the club. That's why every time I get anywhere, I'm like, if it's on the counter, you use it. Let me know what you need. It's probably in my bag.
Yeah. It's always great to have that energy, especially with so many girls coming in the industry, in and out, you know, to have that welcoming heart.
Yeah.
So I was in the States, this house mom, which was actually this big gay dude. And he's like,
love it already.
He was talking about, we were talking about copying, and the first time he met me, he was just like, wow, like I've never seen like a stripper like this. Like, yes, there's the other tattooed strippers, but like this other dancer, Tattoo Barbie, and me, like everyone was comparing us. He's like, I don't see any similarities. Like even the way you guys do your hair, like just because you have tattoos and you do cool pull tricks, you're not the same. And he's like, it's so wild because all these new girls were trying to get advice from us and like, should I get tattooed? Should I not? Like, just do your own thing, girl. And he goes, it's so much like the gay community because you come out of the closet. And
oh my God, this is a great analogy.
And you're like, yeah, I'm gay. Everything's awesome. I'm going to have rainbow suspenders. I'm going to have rainbow shoes. I'm going to go to every pride. I'm going to support every gay bar. I'm going to go to the gay bar every night. And then you find yourself in a whirlwind of stuff that you might not even like or not even who you are.
This is a great analogy because it's so true.
It's so true because then when I started dancing, I was like, okay, I'm a stripper. I need clear heels. I hate clear heels. I need bedazzled things. I hate bedazzling. I need hair extensions. I hated hair extensions. But I'm like, I'm one of you now. This is me. I am this. So I took all those things and I'm like, that's not who Kraken is. Like Kraken is this fucking mess in the chair right now with wearing sunglasses because she doesn't have lashes on. Like... And I was like, yeah, that is absolutely true because you do see it. And that's how people get lost in an identity that they think should be everything, but it's not. Like, really be who you are on stage, you know?
Yeah. It really, like, and I'm saying from personal experience because I noticed a major shift when I really put the time into thinking, like, who do I want to be? What is the music that I like? What are things that make me happy? There was a huge shift for me. It was like the first couple years of being with Independent, I I wasn't really noticed, and I don't feel like most people knew what my name was and things like that. Then I changed my hair color a little bit. I started being a little more Barbie because I like girly shit. And then I just started leaning more into like, I love pop music. And I didn't do that for a long time because it's not a crowd favorite. I know that still.
Yeah.
But it's what makes me happy. And all of a sudden I had all these people being like, wow, your shows are really good. I got another good story. Manifestation is fucking sick because
fucking yeah,
dude,
so cool,
dude. I'm telling you, for real though, it works. It actually. Do you think it works?
Oh, dude, the whole, like, I don't know if you've ever heard any previous Peeler podcast stuff. It's all about, we're like, witchcraft, we're gonna
manifestation is a wild fucking thing because, and I need to do more of it now, but when I was in that phase where I was like, okay, I'm gonna really find myself and I'm gonna make Scarlet Trip. Like, I want her to be her own person and have her own brand, and I want people to think of me when certain songs come on and whatever, right? During that time, I was constantly writing in my journal because I just do affirmations, like 1-sentence affirmations, like in a list.
Yeah.
So I was constantly writing, I am a star, I am a star, I am a star. And I would literally write pages of it over and over like a psychopath. And I was at work one day, and that's not a word that people use a lot. Like, they'll say, oh, your show's really good, or your tricks are really good, or like, yeah, that set was awesome. I was at work one day. And
stop,
the
baby.
DJ, no, seriously, the DJ at Blondie's said to me, hey, you're doing really good. And I was like, thanks. Yeah, I'm like working hard on it. And he goes, yeah, everyone's talking about your show. Like, your show's gotten way better. And I was like, thanks. And he goes, yeah, you're a star up there. And I was like, get fucked. I swear to God, great one. I swear to God, like, I'd been doing this for months leading up to that, and no one's ever used that word before or since. But it was like confirmation from the universe. The universe was like, yes, you are. I've been convinced ever since.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Twinkle,
yeah.
twinkle.
Manifestation works like a hot damn.
I think it truly does. I really do.
You have to commit to it, though. That's the thing. You got to keep doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I felt like with Stripper Olympics, I manifested the loss for Tiger King because I knew in my heart, I'm like, Wednesday is going to be a winning show, but everyone really wanted me to do Tiger King. So I'm like, maybe because everyone wants me to, maybe I will win, but like, fuck, I knew in my heart, like I was manifesting it the whole time.
Well, I mean, it's kind of connects back to what we were just saying. If it's not authentic to you, it's probably not the right move because you really wanted to do Wednesday and then you did what they wanted.
I actually avoided the Wednesday show. Like, obviously, look around my house. I have the props for it. Oh, yeah. It is made for me. I avoided that show for so long because of fear that people would accuse me of copying because there's a dancer out there named Wednesday Addams.
Oh, yeah.
She does not dress like Wednesday Addams. She does have a Wednesday Addams show. She has never used that show to compete, but I had it in my head that like someone did it first. It was just her name, you know? Like she never even did a Wednesday show. I got out of my head. I'm like, she doesn't own that. I love the Addams Family. I'm a huge fan of the Addams Family.
Also, the timing kind of worked out perfectly because that show being so popular at the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even though my show is old school Wednesday.
Yeah.
Not the new school. It's kind of boring. But I put a little bit of both in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a little mixture. Yeah. It worked out well. I mean, you won, so obviously it worked out well.
And I knew I won. It sounds so cocky. Like I really don't mean it to be so cocky, but like people would be like, oh, I think this or I think that. And I'm like, I think it's my year.
Sometimes
like
you just know. Yeah. Honest to God.
I just knew. Yeah. I knew so strongly too that Jolene was going to place and just everyone's like, yeah, her show was good, but it's her first year. I'm like, the crowd doesn't know that. The crowd isn't like, oh, it's her first year, so she should only get fourth because the other girls did it longer. That makes no sense in your head at all.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, she beat Jess. She's just really fucking good. Same with Cece. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy, my God.
Ooh, that felt good.
Yeah. The crowd doesn't know shit.
They don't.
I literally heard one of them this year watching, I can't remember who, and she was doing some crazy trick that, like, we know is hard. And this guy was like, that's not that impressive. What the fuck do you know, Bob?
Yeah, they know nothing.
They don't know shit.
Yeah.
She's, like, hanging upside down by one leg or like, you know, Iron X or something. He's like, that's not that impressive.
Oh, God.
You can probably barely get out of bed, Bob. Shut up.
You know what? We're just going to the subject of, like, men when they watch us. When I do that trick where I go through my legs and I go into a human flag, like I reach through my legs and I go up.
Oh, I've tried that. It's very difficult.
It is very difficult. But when I do it, because I'm so close to the crowd, I can always hear a guy go, well, I can't do that. And I'm like, did you think you could do everything up until this point?
Yeah.
Like the fucking dropping the splits, doing handstands. I would name a bunch of moves, but you guys don't know pole moves.
Bending in half, basically. Oh, yeah, I could so do that.
Yeah, oh, that's fine. Like other human flags, like guys are like, yeah, I guess I can. And then they do the human flag where they're like this and they're holding themselves up with their elbow. And that's not a fucking human flag.
No. Anyway, let's stay on topic. Copying. Yeah. Do you have any... Oh, do you want me to talk about when I've done it to other people? Because I totally copied other people in my early years.
I would love to hear that because I've been accused of it, but I've never outright been like, I want that.
So one of them, I'd say it was more than the other. I'm only going to say one of their names because I mean this as a huge compliment. And she knows that I did it, so whatever. So one of them was one of the girls who got me into stripping. Obviously, she got me in there. She encouraged me to do it. She was very good at her job. So... obviously, I wanted to emulate that. So for a long time, I was dancing to music that just didn't suit me. Mm-hmm. Like I used to dance to Queen a lot because like that was kind of like more old school, classics. Mm-hmm. It works, you got to go with what works for you. And it didn't work for me. And I didn't figure that out for a long time because I just kept thinking, this is what she does and this is what works for her. And I want to be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kept doing it. Luckily, I guess... here's another train of thought. If you're going to copy someone in a small way like that, you can skirt around it so you don't upset them. Like, she never danced to Queen, so that's why I went with Queen, because it was a similar vibe. I was copying her vibe, or trying to, but I didn't take any of her set lists. I didn't take her songs. Mm-hmm. But still, at the end of the day, that music didn't suit me, so that didn't last very long. I mean, nowadays, I do dance to rock sometimes, but I've figured out the... kind that suits me better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another piece of finding out who you are. You can still do some of the things, that you see other people do, but still finding your own way to do it.
Absolutely.
And then the name that I will say is Jolene Fox because she's fucking fabulous. When I first met her, oh my God, I wanted to be her. I remember like
everyone and their dog wants to be there. She'll like walk up to some old man and the old man will look and be like, wow, I want to be you. Like she's outrageously beautiful and she has her style down packed. She knows exactly who she is.
She's really like she's got her Jolene Fox brand down to a T. Like it's commendable for fucking sure. But yeah, in my early days when we first started being friends, I'm sure, part of the reason that we ended up not being friends for a while and then being friends again is because at the time I was copying her quite a bit. And it was probably very irritating for her. And now, years later, I get it. I totally fucking get it. I would have been mad too. Mm-hmm. But when we finally started being friends again, I think it was because I'd found my own corner to be in. And I don't feel that need anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, and like I said earlier, it does come from a good place. It's that you think these people are fucking fabulous and you want to be like them and you want to emulate their success and you want to be fabulous too. So you do what you think is fucking fabulous. But like you can never be someone else.
No.
And like I think if I never stopped doing that, we'd probably never would have been friends again because that's annoying.
It is. I got to tell you, what you just said would be such a blessing to hear from the person who's been copying me so much. It'd just be nice to be like, I am admitting that this happened and it must have been annoying.
Yeah.
Would be nice to hear because all you hear is, I'm not. I did it differently. But it still kind of did the same.
Yeah. And too, like, I mean, still to this day, there's like a couple songs that she used to use back in the day that she doesn't use anymore. I still use them now because they do remind me of the time when I wanted to be fucking Jolene Fox. Mm-hmm. But, I use them now because she doesn't use them anymore. I don't take her current playlists. I don't ask anymore, can I use this song? I like it when you do it.
The Limp Bizkit set?
But, yeah, see, I can't do Limp Bizkit. I'm not cool enough for that. But yeah, like, what's the fucking band that I like? In This Moment or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
She used to do a lot of that. I can use it now because she doesn't anymore. And if she does, it's very rare. But yeah, if I had continued to do that and never stopped, yeah, no doubt, it was probably really freaking annoying. Mm-hmm. Like, I totally get now why it fizzled out because I just kept doing what she was doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. But yeah, you got to find your own corner in this industry. You got to find whatever your brand is. And, you know, in some ways, we're all going to be similar to each other in small ways because there's only so much you can do.
This industry gives you such an opportunity to literally create your own avatar.
Yes.
Like, you're in a video game and you can be, like, use everyone as inspiration, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But to just be like, this is what success is, I'm going to emulate that and just do that completely. Don't do that. You should take some pointers and tips, what you need to, and create your own thing. And, you know, too, dance style, I think, is a big one that girls will watch someone's show and then try and copy, you know, their exact moves or the way they flow or whatever. There's nothing better than when you have your own shit, like your own flow and your own way that you do certain moves and your own way that you move your arms or move your feet or the way you drop into something. Or you can obviously, like we said, take inspiration, but you are cheating yourself if you don't find your own groove. There's some girls where I watch them and I'm like, dude, she's so unique. That's what I love about it. It's like she moves in a way that no one else does. You know, it makes you better. I feel that way with like Bunny Lahart and how she does like those pause moves, but her energy is like, whoa! Yeah. But her dance is so... she's got a wicked back bend. Yeah. Like when she does her like coming out from the pole with it behind her head, her back bend is so good. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's really, you're cheating yourself if you don't try and find your own groove, because that's what makes you memorable, unique, and I think wanted on stage as well. Makes your job a hell of a lot more enjoyable. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Like you get to dress as whatever the fuck you want. You can pick your shoe color and your lingerie and like how you want your hair. And there's rules, of course. You can't come to work bald. I've done that before. But, you know. Really? I've seen some girls do it. On the floor, we're allowed to, but not on stage. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I mean, certain clubs. To be fair, I love a good hair flip. It's I did really a missed opportunity. Yes. Hair flips really do make a show. Holy fuck. Mm-hmm. They really do. Oh, my God, yeah. Mm-hmm. Which, you know who has good ones? Jolene Fox. Yeah. Every time I watch her, I'm like, God, I need to flip my hair more. We should just, because we're talking about her near the end of the episode, that whole episode just should be called Who is Jolene Fox? And everyone's going to be listening like, God. When are they going to bring her up? Who is she? And then like maybe a year down the road, I finally have her on the podcast. Just slightly bring her up in every single... just every episode. Her you know who else dances to Bon Jovi? Jolene Fox. Oh my God. She's going to listen to this and be like, weird. I'm honestly so excited for her to listen to this and hear me like gassing her up, because I just love professing my love. Now that we're friends, I love just being so gay for her. It's my favorite thing. Yeah. And she's got one of those shows that you can't copy, which is nice, because the new girls can't hop on that train. No. It's too... They look at me and Melina and like Anya and they're like, trick, that's what I got to do. And then she comes... Hers is so like... smooth. Yeah. She can do a whole show without doing a trick and you're still like watching. And that's like something that is her, and you have to like possess that, and that's why everyone should explore their dancing style. Yeah. That's also we were talking about this the other day, that quality, that thing. The it quality is something that you cannot copy. You are born with it. You're born with it, but also you can't attain it until you are yourself. Mm-hmm. Honest question. Do you think I have it? Do I have it? The it factor? Yeah. You can be honest, because I'm not sure. Sometimes I feel like I do, but I feel like I think I have it in terms of energy, maybe. I think I have fun energy. Yeah. I can captivate a crowd because I just like to dance. But I do think you are quite captivating on stage, like even when I was brought out with Upstairs with Chris Craig. But... He was watching. He hates country. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think if I really am going to have it, I need to work on my tricks again.
I miss when I could do really cool shit.
Well, find what you're passionate about on stage and then work on that. It could be juggling. That could be your trick, or aerials, or a certain pole move or something. But like,
I just want to do more pole tricks. I used to know a lot more, and then I got my boobs done, ruined it.
Yeah.
Because you have to take so much time off, and then you get weak.
Mm-hmm. No, I'd say that you have it. I haven't seen like the it from you, but I've also never. We were competing on the same day, right? Did I watch your show?
Oh yeah, we were.
Yeah, so I've never even seen your Stripper Olympic show.
Honestly, it wasn't my best. I was really nervous, so it wasn't my best. Oh. But either way, it's something I strive for, and you can't have it. You can't have it until you find your own little vibe, your own little persona, your own little thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And and even if you're born with it, you have to bring it out of yourself too.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like some people just do it, but you can pull it out of yourself more when you work on it.
I think so.
When you put the effort in, you can crank it out of yourself.
I think it's something I can turn on and off as well. Like I can go on stage with the off switch and be like, I don't want, like, especially when I'm injured, it's off. I'm slow. I'm doing my moves, and then no eye contact, the no command of the room. Especially when you walk out on stage, I think it's so important those first like 3 seconds that you're stepping, you're looking where you're going, to look up and look at the crowd before you're even walking. Oh yeah, address them, and then walk towards the pole. Like I will turn that off, and I think that's important.
Eye contact is huge. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's over the years that got me closer to the it, because I used to not look at people. I was so afraid of them. Now that I make eye contact, I feel like people actually, they look back if you look at them.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, we're not saying that anyone has to have it to be an award-winning dancer, because I cannot stress this enough that when it becomes to like the 4 or 5 girls that have these big titles within Canada, there's only 3 of them, I think, that have it. Mm-hmm. And the other 2 are outrageously strong and graceful and passionate and super, super fucking good. But that, like, they don't,
it's a different kind of it.
It's a different kind of it. Is pure fucking determination and hard work. It's fucking way harder to have that than it. So like I agree that I think that they have to work way fucking harder to have the same title as the girls that just have it, because they just have that charisma. You walk on stage and you're like, ugh, you know, because I've seen girls do half the moves that these girls have done and win, and then these girls just come out and they're like fucking crazy good on every skill.
I guess you could say on some level, you have to find your own it. Mm-hmm. Whatever makes you it, you know? Because some people, it's just raw fucking charisma, or it's just like raw sexual. Some girls are just so sexy, they could do fucking nothing and thrive.
Like drilling.
I used to know this one dancer. She's changed her name, and I don't know if she would want me to say her name, so I won't say it. But she was like a living, breathing Barbie doll. And I'm telling you, she would do jack shit her whole show. She would barely even be moving, to be honest. She'd just be slowly walking in circles. And then she'd like very, very sensual, very slow. And it was like she was just stoned all the time. But like, man, you couldn't stop looking at her. Some people, everyone has a different kind of it. Mm-hmm. Right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm not going to mention her name, but a girl from Winnipeg was like that, just like could walk and look at a crowd, and you're just like,
those are honestly, and this is the thing too, is like, once again, you got to find your own it, because those are the girls I envy the most a lot of the time. It's like, fucking hell, I wish I was that sexy. Mm-hmm. But I know my it is somewhere else. I know that my it is like,
when you like shredding guitar on stage.
Well, one day I will be. That was a haphazard shredding, but I know my it is somewhere in the pocket of, I'm bubbly and I like fun dancey music, and you know, like I like to dance a little faster, and you know, I'm uppity. Mm-hmm. So my it lies somewhere in that realm. Yeah. But man, do I wish I could be one of those slow nothing girls. They are so sexy.
I've only done it once, and that was with working with that girl from Winnipeg for a whole week at a really slow club. And she's like, oh, I'm just gonna be lazy on stage, and just like getting everyone on the stage to tip. So you sit with the customers and just be like, whoa. Like watching from that angle, especially, like you are doing nothing and I am so captivated. Yeah. Yeah. And I've only danced like that once. And I remember Stacey Snow coming, which is like a huge fucking compliment, because she can really rock a sexy, slow stuff on stage, like really fucking rock it. She doesn't even flip her hair too, which pisses me off that she can emulate that without flipping her hair.
Man, some people just have it all, don't they?
Yeah. But she came up to me and was like, oh, wow, like, it was so sexy and slow and like slithery and snake-like. And I even remember like Serena and Jasmine were watching and like, oh, like it was so sexy. And I'm like, fuck, like I wish I could just do that all the time. But then I lost it because I was around her.
The only time I've ever been close to it, I have to be real stoned. It slows me down because then I'm just like, my eyes are closed the whole time and I'm just vibing. That's the only time I can slow it down. Otherwise, I'm like, let's dance.
Yeah, right? As soon as someone goes, woo, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time chilling on stage.
Yeah. It's just so much fun.
It is. Hopefully this conversation didn't get us into any trouble with any friends.
Other than Jolene, she's probably going to be so mad that we love her so much.
Fucking mad.
She's going to be like, oh, stop giving me compliments.
I'm Jolene. Jeez. I'm Jolene. Stop talking about me on the podcast. If anyone were to be in trouble, it'd be me. And honestly, it's something I should have addressed a long time ago. And I have no idea how to address it. I have no idea how to accuse someone of that. But that is a fucking story for the next time. Maybe me and her will even squash it on the fucking podcast. Wouldn't that be crazy?
God, I hope so.
Oof.
I would so listen to that.
My heart is racing even thinking about it. Well, I'm Kruella Kraken.
And I'm Scarlet Trip.
And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and all those things. And I'll make sure to tag her on the episode with all of her social medias as well. And yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Peace. Yeah.